So, the Knights are bad. There seems to be, for some reason, an annual video at like the beginning part of the season where I just whinge about how the Knights are going because, yeah, for some reason, it's just that always ends up happening. But I feel like for this year, for 2025, it's getting a bit more desperate and scary. The Newcastle Knights currently see themselves in the bottom 4 after 7 rounds and playing 6 matches. And in complete honesty, by the way they're playing, I don't think they're going to be moving up anytime soon. Getting straight down to the nitty gritty of this is, well, the Knights are the worst attacking team currently in the NRL, and it's a statistically proven fact. Out of 6 matches they have played, they have scored 60 points. They've averaged 10 points a game this season. There was also a period of almost like 2 whole matches where the Knights didn't even score a single point. When it came from their sort of like 5 minutes to go try against the Titans, then not scoring at all against the Dogs, to then scoring really late against the Tigers. Now, I understand that the Knights have started with 2 wins and have soon gone on this losing streak, but it's like the Knights genuinely haven't really played that well at all regardless. Like, round 2 against the Dolphins is really the only sort of example I think, okay, they played quite well there. Because the game against the Tigers, that was because the Tigers hadn't found out how to win a game yet and were basically trying everything for the Knights to get over, which they eventually did. And it's really frustrating as a fan seeing this attacking style that the Knights are playing, pretty much being the rugby league equivalent to night 2 of WrestleMania's main event, because it's lackluster as hell. And it's just, I don't think it should be happening. I think Fletcher Sharp's been all right since moving to playmaker. I did have a lot of doubts, but I think he's kind of been our best, most consistent player all season. Ponga, unfortunately, we're not really living down of Ponga being a one-team player. Unfortunately, Ponga hasn't been really that great and kind of exposing us really being a one-player team. Marju's had his like bit of hiccups and stuff like that. Schiller has been okay, but it's just, bearing in mind, this was a team that was in the semi-final a couple of years ago. Granted, we got belted in that semi-final, but we still made the finals, and we still relatively do. I think we've made it like 4 out of the last 5-6 seasons under Adam O'Brien. But even still, making those finals, it was some random like lull that happened, and all of a sudden we started playing well. It happened last year, and it happened in 2023 on a more grander scale because we ended up finishing 5th. But I feel this is going to come down to mostly the main talking point about this, Coach Adam O'Brien. It's really starting to get quite evident that in that game leading up to the Bulldogs in 2023, the one where the Knights won 66-0, it's just getting ever more so understood and accepted that Adam O'Brien sold his soul to keep his job. There is just no other way you can convince me about that run that we had, and honestly how Adam O'Brien is still in a job. Like, that's the only way I could figure it out. Now, I do think he's been an alright coach, but it's kind of weird. It's like this pigs get degrees ideology of like just getting enough to do. But like genuinely, if the Knights pulled their finger out properly, they could be a team that sometime in the near future could be a title contending team. I know that's nuts to say out loud, but I mean, like you've seen how the Bulldogs are just randomly just like that switched into form. Like, it's possible. And we do have obviously decent players. Now, Kalen Ponga, whether or not he does sign on in the future, in my personal opinion, I don't think he will. But you still got like decent players as well. Fletcher Sharp, really good player. You got Bradman Best, centre for the Blues. You've got Phoenix Crossland, who has played hooker for New Zealand. You got players who are obviously outgoing, like Leo Thompson and that, but they're still like, it's a pretty all-right, in my opinion, it's an all-right team. It's essentially right about the sort of team that kind of clutches just about into the finals, but we're just in a lull and we're not performing. And it's also a weird thing as well. It's like the Knights have got like the most members they've had this year and have generally had like very solid crowds despite this form. Like they've been averaging like 25, 26,000 to show up. It's just showing the loyalty of Knights fans showing up through thick and thin. Unlike some clubs, I'm not going to name any names, none of them in particular, none of them are based out in Western Sydney. I don't know what you're talking about. But it's just one of those things where it's like, we really might be screwed and get the wooden spoon here. Like, genuinely, that is now a possibility. Because Parramatta, bearing in mind, as of recording this, Parramatta have not played yet. Obviously, Mitchell Moses is now back, so whether or not they win against the Tigers, I don't know as of the time of recording. Probably by the time it publishes as well, it probably wouldn't be done, so we have to go on hindsight. So let's just say if they do win, yeah, we're kind of screwed. There is a possibility round 27, the Knights do play the Eels, so that's very much possibly a spoon bowl match. But I just think that Adam O'Brien, for the team to move forward, I think he's going to be sacked at some point early this season. Like, I made a bold prediction before the year saying he was going to get sacked before August. By the way we're going, there's a possibility it might be earlier. But the problem is, though, I'm not a person that really likes saying, oh, you just need to sack the coach and everything goes wrong, because it's a deeper rooted issue than just that. You gotta, sure, you can cut off the head of the plant, but if you don't take the roots out, it's just going to keep growing back. That was an Aura Farm clip right there, and you know it. That was, oh, he cold with it. Yeah, I just think that the Knights aren't going too well. I do think at some point there's going to be a lot of questions about Adam O'Brien getting sacked, but then again, is that really going to improve much of how we're playing? I don't think so, but it's going to be hard to say. So that's going to be the end of this. It's sorry for all the rambling, but it's sort of, I need to get my voice out there about this type of thing because, you know, I'd like to think I'm passionate. I'm not like as one-eyed or optimistic as other content creators that support the Knights, but I kind of just want to see the team do well. Hot take. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Knights fans, how do you think we're going currently? What do you think needs to be done? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all later.